What's up, Taiwan? I'm Sunny Chi with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The head of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is arriving in Taiwan to mark 45 years of diplomatic ties between the two countries. President Lai Ching-te will receive Prime Minister Godwin Friday with military honors. Friday's delegation will also meet with prospective local investors to discuss agriculture, tech, and the blue economy, or the sustainable use of ocean resources. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is one of Taiwan's 12 formal diplomatic allies. Friday's visit eases concerns that its government, which was elected last year, could switch ties to China. The U.S. wants its Asian allies to spend more on defense to help deter regional aggression. U.S. Undersecretary of Defense for Policy Albridge Colby made the comments at a forum in Manila, the first stop on a tour of Southeast Asia. Despite Washington's focus on the Iran war, Colby said Asia is important to the U.S. The comments come as the Trump administration urges allies around the world to up defense spending and take a more active role in regional security. Central Taiwan has simulated an internet slowdown under a wartime scenario as the annual Hangwon military exercises enters its second week. Our reporter Alan Liu was there to bring us the latest.
Air raid sirens sound as emergency alerts are sent out across central Taiwan. The region is undergoing this year's urban resilience exercise. At Taichung Station, trains continue to run, but passengers outside the station are guided to designated shelters. The half-hour drill tests how quickly authorities can relay warnings and carry out a citywide air raid evacuation. While the exercise simulates wartime conditions, critical services such as banking and medical care continue.
I think this is pretty realistic because the average civilian is going to do their day-to-day continuously. I think that wartime resilience can't mean that every essential function immediately stops.
The drill also extends to major shopping malls. People are directed to take shelter in the basement or move away from windows and doors. And while these drills take place every year as part of the annual Hangwon exercises, there's a new addition: internet disruption. This is the first time Taiwan is testing slowing down mobile internet speeds. While it's not a complete shutdown, apps that require high bandwidth like YouTube becomes harder to use. We tested the internet ourselves. Before the slowdown, download speeds topped 100 megabits per second, fast enough for video calls and online gaming. But once the network was throttled, the speed test itself wouldn't load. Data-heavy services felt the biggest impact, while basic services like text-based communications work normally. The drill, carried out across 7 cities and counties in central Taiwan, simulates how the country would respond to natural disasters or a large-scale cyber attack that disrupts communications.
我觉得蛮必要的，因为现在就是大家手机都放在身上，那如果没有断的话，好像都不会意识到哦，真的有需要做这个演练。
I feel like kind of safe about this because you know, if you kind of prepared for it, it's gonna be less panic at the exact moment if it's not a drill. So I like it how it's organized.
Authorities say the drill draws on experiences from South Korea and countries in Northern Europe. It comes as Taiwan has raised growing concerns over Chinese gray zone activities that threaten its undersea cables, a vital part of the country's digital lifeline.
We have a lot of modern systems that work great when you have normal connectivity, but when you have a crisis that really exposes what happens when that assumption breaks. I see that analytically as sort of this test of, can institutions degrade gracefully rather than lose their ability to operate altogether.
Just before the urban resilience drills, troops in northern Taiwan also practiced repairing fiber optic cables in the field after simulated enemy damage. And in just a few days, northern Taiwan will hold its own urban resilience exercise, which will also test how people in that part of the country respond to slower internet speeds. John Su and Anna Lu in Taichung for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's annual Hangguan military exercise this year, for the first time, includes a communication slowdown drill. Former special forces are training civilians for disasters, including how to use a military communications app called Android Tactical Assault Kit, or ATAK, under limited access to the internet. Our Zoom In Zoom Out team joins a civil defense workshop to find out how trainees are using the app.
ATAK 它全名是战术指管系统。那我们白话一点把它讲它的应用的话，就是我们希望这个系统啊，它是可以就是说以家庭为单位，然后大家都在同一个伺服器里面。当这个发生紧急状况的时候，大家可以把那个 APP 打开，在有网络的状况之下呢，可以马上的就知道自己这个家人的位置在哪边。然后而且它上面可以传递一些拍到的照片啊，或是讯息传递。那如果以战时的话，民众可以跟军方建立一个互信啊，或者资讯传递的话，那我觉得这对国防来讲也是一个帮助。
ATAK tools are being used by Taiwan's government for disaster relief efforts. Many civil defense training groups, like Special Tactical Armory, are teaching people how to use it. A group behind me has spent the last 2 days learning how to use it to locate people and find objects in the field.
等下的资讯啊，我都发在大家的 ATAK 了。那主要是里面的目标啊，我们要去做他们的情报收集，然后利用这个 ATAK 去传给整个 team， 让大家都知道这个目标的状况。现在时间差不多，我们就出发吧。
太好了，好像往里面开过去了。我看一下地图。
我传讯息给其他。
哦，好，我们再往里面一点。
我是家庭主妇，然后我有3个小孩，因为我的家人就是我爸爸妈妈还有我妹妹，他们都分散在各地这样，因为我们每个人对于战备的设定不一样，所以就是到时候战争的时候来的时候，大家可能在各自不同的状态，但是我还是会想要有一个基本的了解，这样子。
它里面可以让你及时的去标定你跟队友在共同看的一份电子地图，你就可以在那个电子地图上面标记一些地点的详细的介绍或备注，那这都是可以及时的去更新。只要你一更新完，你的队友打开手机就也一样可以看得到你更新的内容。
文熙的声音吧，文熙，怎么办？
刚好结合今天的 ATAK， 他们刚好成为这个 ATAK 学员侦查的目标，所以这 ATAK 学员他可以利用，我知道我今天要到这个地方，要去看哪一些人，但是我今天必须要来这个地方，把这些人看得更仔细，有多少人，他持有什么武器，他穿着怎么样，他们在讨论一些什么。
后坐力的感受的话，我本业是牙医，会来参加这个主要是因为2023的时候那个乌俄战争嘛，就是看到有很多那个战争发生的，就看到很多残酷的事实。
For the first time, Taiwan is simulating mobile internet disruption during its civil defense and Hangguan military exercises. So, how can we use ATAK to communicate during war or natural disasters?
在网络断掉的状况之下 ，ATAK 我必须坦白说，它是没有办法有作用的。但是，网络断掉它是会修复的，像水，它像电。
不管说它是降速，还是说真的整个就网络断掉，然后或者被盖台等等的，那这个东西就变成平常，当然事前其实大家平常说网络很好，那其实你就可以自己开始去建立一个地图。
Stay tuned for the full episode of Zoom In Zoom Out on our website or the TaiwanPlus News YouTube channel. TSMC has announced record sales for July as the AI boom continues to drive demand. The company posted consolidated sales of $14.5 billion, up more than 44% from the same month last year. That surpasses the previous record set in June. TSMC has also updated its outlook for the rest of the year, forecasting sales will grow by over 40%. The company also predicts new sales records will be set in August and September. New data shows that more than 70% of Taiwan's workers now earn less than the average wage. The figure comes from the first half of 2026 and is an all-time high. Government officials say it is not necessarily a sign of income inequality and is the result of shifts in 2 key job sectors. Taiwan has been rapidly adding foreign industrial workers who earn less than the average wage, And the AI boom has increased the wages of tech workers. Looking at the broader economy, real wages were up for the period as pay increases outpaced inflation. Inflation in Taiwan has pushed past the government's 2% warning line for 3 months in a row, with consumer prices up more than 2.5% in July. John Van Triest has this report.
At Taiwan's markets, budget-conscious shoppers are feeling the pinch. New figures show consumer prices up more than 2.5% in July year-on-year. Customers agree. Their money just isn't going as far as it used to.
现在可能至少就一餐一定是100块起跳。
买菜就很明显啦，1000块出去已经不够了。以前大概买鱼买肉，1000块应该有余额啊。
But the biggest headache is for vendors. Supplies are getting more expensive, leaving a dilemma about whether to raise prices in turn.
你如果说你不自己吸收，你要撞到消费者的身上，就是消费者可能不会来消费。
Prices for staples like rice, pork, and above all eggs are all up sharply. But rents are going up too.
很多房东呢，他在维护整个房屋租赁品质上面，也都会需要更多的一些花费，所以当然它就会反映在后续的这个租屋的这一个租金上面。
July was the third month in a row that inflation passed the government's 2% warning level. And while produce prices could come down soon, barring any serious typhoons, situations like war in the Middle East mean there are many unknowns about what prices will be like through August and beyond. Andy Xue and John Van Triest for TaiwanPlus.
As extreme heat becomes more frequent and severe across the globe, new drone technology is helping South Korean communities adapt and protect vulnerable farmers, Aichi reports.
Here in South Korea, Hong Han-je is broadcasting alerts through a loudspeaker, using heat-sensing drones to protect farmers from record-breaking hot weather.
안녕하십니까, 경북도청입니다. 날씨가 많이 뜨겁습니다.
Hello, this is Gyeongsang-bukdo Provincial Government. The weather is extremely hot. Please drink plenty of water while outdoors and take breaks in the cooling shelter. After getting some rest, resume your work slowly and carefully. Thank you.
The drones have been brought in by the local government in Yongsan province to protect farmers from heat, which has recently surpassed 41 degrees Celsius. Originally developed in 2023 to monitor wildlife, the drone surveillance system was expanded to include heat wave alerts. In areas like Andong, where farms are spread over vast distances, typical loudspeakers can't be heard by farmers working in the fields.
드론이 보통 한 자리에서
Our drones can fly freely within a radius of about 5 kilometers from a single location. Using thermal imaging cameras, we can monitor ground temperatures and greenhouse temperatures in real time. And if we identify areas that appear particularly hazardous, we send the drones there to broadcast heat warnings.
Local pepper farmers say the drones help remind them of heat-related health risks.
The drones help a lot. Older farmers are often so focused on their work that they keep working without realizing how hot it is, and that's when accidents happen. You can really feel the difference in temperature on your skin.
For farmer Huang, the extreme heat has cut working hours and reduced his pepper harvest by about 30%. Climate experts say rising Arctic temperatures are intensifying periods of hot weather, which South Korean President Lee Jae-myung has called a national disaster. And with temperatures expected to remain high, farmers are now facing not only the immediate loss of crops, but growing uncertainty over how they will adapt to a hotter climate. Heng Shi and IT for TaiwanPlus.
Thanks for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we visit Copenhagen for a kayak parade marking the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. I'm Sunny Chi. Take care and see you next time.
Good food, global conversations, and stories from Taiwan to the world. Download the TaiwanPlus app and follow us on social media.